The Foster Bunkham Show, brought to you by Safely Underarm Deodorant, and starring noted expert Professor Foster Bunkham. Are you having relationship problems? The Safely Company has come up with a solution for you by eliminating the problem of underarm perspiration. Safely Underarm Deodorant helps you avoid damage to clothes and safeguards friendships. Use Safely Underarm Deodorant every day to ensure a happier home. Safely Underarm Deodorant, available in the personal care aisle of your favorite store. Try some today. I know the professor uses Safely Underarm Deodorant, and he's so pleasant to be around. And that smile on his face now tells me he's ready to start the show. So here he is, Professor Foster Bunkham.
The California Department of Motor Vehicles just dropped its requirement that once you turn 70 years of age, you must take the written test when you renew your license, and every 5 years hence, because the state assumes that you are now senile and no longer remember how to drive. 5 years ago, when I turned 70, I had to renew. Well, I felt confident that I could still drive, so I didn't really study the driver's handbook, and imagine my surprise and embarrassment when I missed the very first question on the test. It had something to do with not being able to park in front of your own driveway or anyone else's. Seriously, you can't park in front of your own driveway? We didn't have driveways when I was a kid. You just parked in the cleared-off dirt patch next to your house. That's what we still do. Yeah, well, I didn't miss any other questions. When I turned 75, I thought I'd better at least thumb through the handbook. Well, it all looked pretty familiar to me, so I went in, paid my $45, and took the test. What the heck? What is the penalty if you hit someone, injure them, and drive off? How about death by firing squad? Only that wasn't one of the multiple choice answers. Well, I missed it. 7 years in jail is apparently the correct answer. Yeah, I kind of cracked up. Which way should you look first when entering an intersection? Well, you'd better look both ways. Nope. You must look left first, then right. What? Why? What difference does it make which direction you look first? Missed it. Okay, still pretty funny. All right, that's 2 wrong. Well, you can miss 4, so I'm still good. How much space do you need to have before passing a truck uphill? Well, enough to get around him before a car comes the other way. Nope, missed it. You need to allow 1/3 of a mile. Seriously? Who's going to get out and measure exactly 1/3 of a mile? This is stupid. Well, now I'm beginning to worry. I can only miss 1 more. On which side can you pass a light rail vehicle or streetcar? Oh, no. Where are there streetcars? Fail. Well, that's embarrassing, but I can wait 2 minutes and take it again. Second try. How do you reduce sun glare? Wear sunglasses, obviously. Well, yes, but the answer they wanted for the test is to clean the inside and outside of your windshield. My head dropped, chin to my chest. 3 more silly questions like that and fail. Oh, crap. 3rd attempt. Sweat is now forming on my forehead. Nothing is amusing at this point. Concentrate. Can you leave a child who is under 6 years old unattended if an adult is nearby? Okay, this is a trick question, right? Let's see. If an adult is nearby, well, that sounds reasonable to me. Wrong. The child must be left under the direct supervision of a person who is at least 12. Oh, come on. 3 more questions that really have nothing to do with safely operating a motor vehicle and fail. I had to go back and pay another $45 to take the test again. You can bet I studied this time, though. First question. What position should your hands be on in the steering wheel? Okay, this one I remember from driver's ed many years ago, 10 and 2. Nope, it's now 9 and 3. Well, where did it say that in the book? I started shooting some serious looks at the smiling clerk who was waiting for me to fail again. but I only missed one more and I passed. I remember the old days when the test was about driving a car. I kind of miss those days.
Tune in again next time for more of the Foster Bunkham Show.